In the early days of World War II, America stood at the edge of the storm. The world was burning, Europe in flames, Asia under siege. But the United States remained reluctant to join the fight. It wasn't their war. Not yet. That all changed on December 7, 1941, when Japanese warplanes screamed out of the sky and unleashed destruction on Pearl Harbor. In just 2 hours, more than 2,400 Americans were killed. Battleships burned. The Pacific Fleet was crippled. The message was clear. America was at war, whether it liked it or not. In the chaos that followed, Japan didn't stop at Hawaii. In a bold and strategic move, they set their sights on the icy edge of North America, the remote Aleutian Islands, a string of frozen volcanic rocks stretching west from Alaska into the Pacific. In June 1942, Japanese forces invaded and occupied Attu and Kiska, making them the only parts of the continental United States to fall into enemy hands during the war. It was a psychological dagger. America had been attacked, and now American soil was under foreign occupation. The U.S. response was slow but furious. First came Attu. In May 1943, American troops stormed the island. What they found was a brutal, frozen hellscape. The Japanese were dug in and determined to fight to the death. The Battle of Attu became one of the most vicious and coldest battles of the war, with frostbite, trench foot, and close-quarter combat in thick fog. When it was over, nearly 2,300 Japanese soldiers lay dead, and American casualties neared 4,000. Only a handful of Japanese survived. It was a victory, but a costly one. Then came Kiska. Allied intelligence warned that 5,000 to 10,000 Japanese soldiers were still entrenched on the island. Trenches, bunkers, artillery, landmines. The fog-covered island had become a fortress. On August 15, 1943, a massive Allied force, over 34,000 American and Canadian troops, backed by naval bombardment, warplanes, and even battleships, launched an all-out assault. They stormed the shores, rifles ready, expecting a second Attu, a bloodbath in the cold. But as they pushed through the thick fog and mountainous terrain, something felt off. No gunfire, no resistance, no enemy. Where were the Japanese? Days passed. Patrols searched. Booby traps were found. Landmines exploded. But still, no soldiers. Then the shocking truth emerged. 3 weeks before the invasion, the Japanese had vanished. Under cover of a massive storm and thick fog, Japanese ships had executed a daring nighttime evacuation, slipping away undetected with every last soldier. Not one enemy remained. The mighty invasion force had attacked an empty island. But the silence was deadly. In the confusion and fear, Allied troops mistakenly opened fire on each other. Friendly fire incidents, hidden explosives, and harsh terrain led to the deaths of over 90 men. Many more were injured. The island was empty, but the ghosts of war still claimed lives. Kiska became known as the battle that wasn't, a haunting reminder of the fog of war, both literal and psychological. It marked the end of the Aleutian Campaign and the final time enemy forces would occupy American soil. But for the soldiers who fought and died there, not in fire and glory, but in silence and shadows, the battle was all too real.